2. My Beloved Thief Episode 12 Review. The King's Madness and the Thief's Fall. Episode 11 explores the dangerous consequences of Yunjo's soul shifting into Yi Yel's body, placing both of them directly in the king's line of suspicion. As secrets tighten around the palace, Yunjo struggles to survive inside Yi Yel's life while uncovering hints of betrayal within the court. The episode ends with the looming threat of the king's plot, setting the stage for rebellion and sacrifice. January 3rd, 2026, February 22, 2026, Unihanun Dojonima, My Secret Romance, Dear Bandit, Otsa. This new Korean drama consists of 16 episodes, with one episode released every Saturday and Sunday at 21:20 KST. Episode 12 opens with Yi Yel finally learning the full truth about the king's murder plot. Shaken, he rushes to Yunjo, only to realize she already knows what is coming. Worse, she is certain her own death is part of the plan. The discovery sends Yi Yel into a rare fury. He refuses to accept a future built on sacrifice and blood. Promising that no one else will die under his watch, he swears that once his soul returns to his own body, he will turn against the rebel gang and the madness surrounding the throne. Yunjo is left flustered by his sudden resolve, unsure whether to feel comforted or frightened by how far he is willing to go. The next day, the king's paranoia explodes. Convinced that enemies lurk everywhere, he forces the courtesans to dance for hours without rest. Their feet bleed as the palace turns into a place of punishment rather than art. Yi Yel, still inside Yunjo's body, steps in as a doctor to help the women. While tending to them, he notices how unstable the king has become, his eyes hollow, his orders cruel and impulsive. This is no longer just a ruler protecting himself. It is a man slipping into obsession. At the same time, Yunjo, trapped inside Yi Yel's body, spots a familiar figure at court, the man with the scarred hand. She remembers him instantly as the one who once dug through the fake Gildong's burial site. Suspicious, she follows him and watches as he enters Sahyang's home. That night, Yunjo sneaks in to investigate. What she finds is horrifying. Lady Jiang is about to be hanged. Acting quickly, Yunjo saves her life. Shaken and desperate, Lady Jiang begs to be taken to the palace. On the way, she confesses her past. She once dreamed of becoming someone important in Joseon, a woman remembered by history, and in chasing that ambition, she abandoned her romance with Yunbok. At the palace, Lady Jiang finally faces the king and reveals everything she knows about the incense and Sahyang's hidden schemes. Ji reports that Yi Yel was the one who saved Lady Jiang, and Sahyang begins to panic. The following day, the king summons Sahyang and threatens him with a bow. Cornered, Sahyang snaps and claims he is the only one who has ever been loyal, while the king himself has ruined countless lives. The confrontation ends with Sahyang, Lady Jiang, and the head courtesan all being arrested. Meanwhile, Yi Yel in Yunjo's body witnesses the palace at its worst. The courtesans lie exhausted and wounded across the floor, while the king sits among shattered objects, having destroyed the room in another violent episode. Watching the women suffer, Yi Yel finally understands that waiting is no longer an option. The king is not just dangerous, he is unhinged. Yi Yel begins planning a rebellion, starting with saving the courtesans from the king's twisted idea of hunting and killing them. The rescue is carried out successfully, and Yunbok is revealed as one of the rebels helping from within. The king, furious that his orders were disobeyed, rages that his assassin is still approaching. The tension tightens further the next day when Yunjo, still inside Yi Yel's body, follows Sahyang's Sungjae to an isolated place, believing she is being taken somewhere important. Instead, Sungjae's men attack. Yi Yel is struck down, and the souls finally swap back. Yunjo wakes in her own body and instantly realizes the cost. Yi Yel is now in danger. His body is thrown into the river, sinking beneath the surface, as his thoughts drift between the king, betrayal, and the life he may never reclaim. The episode ends on that haunting image, with fate pulling him deeper into the dark waters. Episode 12 shakes off its hesitation and leans fully into chaos, rebellion, and emotional risk. The king's descent into paranoia is genuinely unsettling, especially in the brutal scene where courtesans are forced to dance until their feet bleed. Yi Yel, trapped in Yunjo's body, becomes the moral center of the episode as he moves from silent endurance to active resistance. Watching him tend to the women while slowly realizing the palace has become a cage adds weight to the political tension that has been simmering for weeks. The show also uses Lady Jiang's confession well, turning ambition and regret into something human rather than purely strategic.